This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Mark Magnuson.
Hello and welcome into Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024, and we're so glad you can join us for today's show. In today's episode, I will be joined by Amanda Rinehart with Pioneer as we learn more about the Brock Purdy branded Pioneer jerseys that help to raise money for scholarships for students pursuing their ag careers at the college level. And we will have more with Amanda coming up in just a little bit, but first, let's hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff. You're watching Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Today on Ag Matters PM, I am joined by Amanda Rinehart with Pioneer.
Mark Magnuson for the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I'm joined today by Amanda Rinehart. We are at the Pioneer Corteva campus here in Johnston. And Amanda, could you tell me, please, your role within the Pioneer organization, please?
Absolutely. Thanks for being here today. I lead our sales team for Pioneer and crop protection here at Corteva across the state of Iowa.
And an exciting event here today, chance to partner with Brock Purdy and raise some money for some students that are interested in agriculture. I mean, all around just a great event and a great purpose. Could you tell us a little bit more about it, please?
Absolutely. So we were very excited to work with a hard-working, part-time Iowan, I guess I would say, but that we all know works very hard on and off the field with Brock Purdy. So as we worked on promotions with him throughout the year, we decided, and he decided as well, that he wanted to be able to give back to Iowa agriculture as part of this. We had a lot of requests for Brock Purdy Pioneer jerseys, so we wanted to make sure we got those out in the marketplace to all of those awesome Iowa State and Pioneer fans. So as we did that, we were able to raise $16,000 for agricultural scholarships right here in Iowa.
And like you mentioned, quite a credit to Brock Purdy as well, because not a full-time Iowan, he's not originally from here, but he has such a connection to the state. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
He sure does, and that's why we were super excited to partner with him as well, right? It's his work ethic, and it's his dedication to what happens right here in Iowa, not just at Iowa State University, but across all of agriculture in Iowa. So this was really a true partnership where he chose with us to donate this to IFAA and make sure that other students had the opportunity to pursue their ag education.
And now, going back to the original starting point, was this ever involved in the original process when you partnered with Brock Purdy, the jersey sales at all? Was that even part of the equation, or just because people were interested in them and you saw that chance?
You know, it was a little bit of both. We had so much interest after they saw Brock in those original Pioneer green jerseys. Everybody wanted to know how they could get one. So we partnered with him and his team to say, how can we make this happen, and how can we make sure that it expands even further and we're able to give back with some scholarships? So yeah, it was a little bit of a team effort on and off the field again.
And then it ends up in a $16,000 donation that's going to IFAA, which is actually above your original goal, wasn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, Iowans were super excited about this. Our Pioneer sales reps across the state made sure that they got these jerseys out. So we were very happy that we're able to give multiple scholarships now to deserving Iowa kids.
And it breaks down into 4 scholarships then of $4,000. Are those all awarded already, or are they yet to be awarded?
There are some yet to come. So we awarded some today and had the opportunity to have that student here to share her story, with more to come. So it gives us the opportunity to support additional students.
Is there anything else you'd like to let our viewers, our listeners here in the state of Iowa know about this exciting partnership and kind of what's come about because of it?
Absolutely. So as excited as we are about this partnership, we're more excited about what is happening in Iowa farm fields as well, right? Great time on the football field this year, but what's happening in Iowa farm fields has been just tremendous as well. We were hit with some challenging weather early on, and harvest has been progressing incredibly well. Fantastic yields, and we just want to make sure that everybody stays very safe with this dry weather that we have out in the field, so we make sure we get all of this grain in the bins and get everybody home safe as well.
Well, Amanda, thanks so much for taking the time to join me here today. Appreciate it. It's been a very interesting project to learn about, and best of luck going forward with this project. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Amanda Rinehart of Pioneer for joining today's show. It is time now for our closing market coverage, and we're joined now by the team at agmarket.net. At the end of the trading day here on Tuesday, I'm joined now by Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net. Kaden, how did we trade in the grains today?
Yeah, kind of continuing to see a weak market, especially after what came of Friday's report. Had a pretty exciting bean market there for a bit, then closed off the highs Friday, gave up some yesterday, then giving up some more today. Although beans are clawing back off the lows here, we are still down 8 cents or so this morning on November beans, or this afternoon I should say on January beans, and corn down about a penny or so. Much quieter market than we've seen in the beans, but again, to me, the story is really that bean market coming down off of Friday's highs post report.
So, Kaden, why did we see that quick turnaround? We did have that initial positive reaction, like you mentioned, and then to start this week, it's kind of gone the other way.
Yeah, I mean, the trade certainly got caught off guard a bit by Friday's bean number with yield coming down, whatever it was, bushel and a half or just shy of that. And, they're only looking for about half of a bushel. So certainly had a bullish cut there. We went right up to the 100-day moving average, which really held us on Friday afternoon. When we opened Sunday night, we tried it again, but it held twice. And really, we have not traded above that 100-day moving average. I should say closed above it since June the 6th. So that's been pretty stout resistance for this market. And at least for right now, just didn't have enough guts to push through that with, the way the world supply is still looking. We still have plenty of beans for sure. Even though our carryout came down, still had plenty overall domestically as well.
Also, what we're seeing right now in the ag marketplace, is it related to what is happening with the overall stock market right now?
I mean, I think the overall stock market certainly obviously been racing to all-time highs, and you saw a lot of that, kind of leg up after post-election. You certainly can make the argument that that's where outside money wants to be right now, is in that stock market. So it's also not like you're alluding to. Maybe it's not certainly unheard of for fund money to kind of exit grains, maybe move back towards equities in that regard, especially if the funds were got out on Friday's report or something. That certainly could be. I don't know that it's necessarily super close, but at the same time, it's hard to ignore what the stock market's doing right now, and hard to blame somebody for wanting their money when we're making all-time highs.
Let's talk now about the other side of the ag marketplace and the livestock complex. How did cattle and hogs trade today?
Yeah, just looking at my screen here, cattle were live cattle up 70 cents, feeders up $1.30. So, continuing to see some of the strength that we've been seeing. And again, I think a lot of that's going to tie back in really with the stock market, like we were just talking about. Typically, you see that the cattle market, especially, kind of trail the stock market more. So, hogs up today as well, up 58 cents. Again, been a fairly strong market, and I think especially I keep alluding to the stock market, but I think it matters, especially like I said in the cattle complex. So as long as we can keep seeing some new highs out of the stock market, I think you're going to see livestock stay supported as well.
And then for the hogs, are they still on that firm footing that we've seen here in recent weeks and even months here, as the hogs have had a really resilient stretch?
Been very resilient, yes. I'm just looking here. The hog market really has been supported by the 20-day moving average over this run, and to me, the moving averages matter just in so far as they kind of give you a decent support and resistance, and the market seems to respond well to those. And so, the last couple of days when hogs had sold off, we went down to that 20-day, checked it, and it's held. So, back up off of that today. We'd like to see that continue to hold. All signs right now point to that it will, and we'll go back up and start checking, the contract highs and try to push for new ones again.
Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net, my guest here today. Kaden, thanks so much for the time. What's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
Yeah, just go to our website, agmarket.net, and you can reach anyone from our team there, myself included. Certainly a good time to do so post-harvest here as we kind of get a plan for the rest of 24 and into 25.
Thanks for the analysis today here on AM PM, Kaden, and we'll speak again soon.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you to the team at agmarket.net for our closing market coverage. Let's take a look now at the closing numbers, which can be found anytime under the Markets tab of our website at iowaagnet.com. December corn closes down 1.5 at 428.5. January soybeans down 11 3/4 at 1010.5. December soybean meal down 220 at 292.90. December soybean oil down $1.91 at 46.23. Chicago wheat down 13 1/4 at 552 1/4. Minneapolis wheat down 12 1/4 at 579 3/4. Kansas City hard red wheat down 13 even at 546 1/2. December oats down 3/4 cent at 345 even. On the Merc, December live cattle up 70 cents at 184.40. November feeder cattle up 67 cents at 246.82. December lean hogs up 57 cents at 82.35. December pork cutout unchanged at 93 even. Class 3 milk up 5 cents at 20.02. That wraps up our market coverage for today and brings us to the end of today's episode. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. Also, you can follow us on social media at Facebook, X, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Don't forget as well our morning, midday, and closing market podcast, which can be found on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. And you can also listen to our daily Iowa Ag Matters podcast wherever you find your favorite podcast. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios in Des Moines, I'm Mark Magnuson. For Riley Smith, Dustin Huffman, and Andy Peterson, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.